Hi everyone, I'm Jenna Zabo, and this is my video presentation for Role of Race in Contemporary U.S. and Global Society. This week, I read Pinar Butar's Colonialism and Postcolonialism, the Global Expansion of Racism. In this chapter, she wrote about colonialism, its history, legacy, and throughout the world, how strongly racism is connected. The chapter explores the expansion of racism globally, from South Africa to Brazil and to France, each having their own history of discrimination and where that has left them today. When people think of colonialism, the first thing that usually comes to mind is the European colonialization of the African continent. With this, we know they destroyed generations of families, brought over disease, ruined cultures, forcing upon them their own European religion, language, and customs. Butar states that during this time of European expansion, led by the Netherlands, England, and France, and later Germany and Belgium, spurred the global expansion of capitalism and the process of fostering great economical and racial inequality between colonizers and the colonized. These were the countries that had scholars come up with the theories of European superiority compared to the savage ways of the non-Europeans, or savages. After the continent of Africa was split up amongst European countries, their natural resources were stolen and the native people's cultures were ripped from them. The colonizers from the mother countries thought of the African people as beast-like, who they were only trying to civilize. Pinar Butar then goes into the history of Brazil and their black population, and the constant racism and prejudice they face every day. The Brazilians demonstrate the harsh realities of great racial inequality. The chapter addresses that only 15% of the 513 members of the Brazilian Congress and 3 of the 81 senators are black. The judicial system is dominated by the 98.5% of judges who are white. About 40% of the black population works in minimum wage jobs. Though they comprise nearly half of the population, black Brazilians make up for just 2% of students enrolled in universities. The third area that Pinar Butar looks at is France, where, throughout time, Jews, Muslims, and African immigrants have all been racially targeted. Why, after all these years, is racism so embedded in our global society today? This is because it is wired into everything we do, every day. In this post-colonial era, the painful realities of Euro-colonialism are evident in the continuing racial inequality in areas such as education, housing, business, employment, public accommodations, and even healthcare. Pinar Butar coins this as neo-colonialism, the continuation of the economic and cultural dominance of the former colonial states. This really stood out to me because I began to think about how true it is. This really stood out to me because we see it in everything we do. Race is ingrained in everything we do every day, every part of our everyday life, from school enrollment percentages to neighborhood segregations on Long Island. My question for the author, for Pinar Butar, is where do we go from here? How do we fix this? Is there a way to fix this? Well, I guess the question is to all of you as well. How can we, as the upcoming generation and soon-to-be working class, change the way the system is laid out? I believe that we need to change our language, first of all, in the way we speak to each other. Everything starts with communication and respect. The more we talk about this topic, the more it is awared. More people are aware of the issue. We need to educate our younger generations after us to recognize the embedded racism in our country specifically, economically and social systems that they were built upon. If we can recognize these things and become more aware, then I believe we have a better chance of changing our future. Thank you.